All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited to see quite a large crowd out here today. No, actually, last year I was the only candidate and we had 3 people show up to the speeches, so this is a massive improvement. Thank you very much. Yeah, anyways, so welcome, of course, to Catholic Pacific College, a place which is dedicated to, in its unique ecumenical setting at Trinity Western University, to educate students in the true, the good, and beautiful, culminating in the person of Jesus Christ as illumined in the living tradition of the Catholic Church. And CPC aims to provide its students with a formation to engage our times fearlessly and faithfully. And this is accomplished, yes, certainly through the amazing academics that we have access to here through the Catholic formation track. I can speak to personally, and I know a lot of the other students will as well, that the theological understanding that CPC gives us here is absolutely life-changing. It shifts the way that we perceive the faith and our role inside of the church and the world. And another absolutely essential part of that formation is naturally the student community. And the student community offers us an opportunity to make lifelong friendships, to challenge each other inside of the faith, and also just to give us a place to be free and secure in our Catholic identity. And each and every one of us is a part of building that incredible experience of the student community. But in a special way, the student executive team has a massive responsibility to foster that community. And these 2 individuals tonight have offered to give of themselves inside of this way. So please, I'm glad that you're out here to support them, and please be welcoming. And first up, we will have Pippa Champion.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pippa Champion, and I really love this community. I have felt so blessed to be a part of this college, and I'm grateful to all of you for coming out tonight to support us. It means a lot. I have gotten to know pretty much all of you in some capacity, whether that be through classes, Wednesday lunch socials, Holy to Happy hours, CPC3 lectures, and the abundance of social events that have made so much fun and excitement to this year. For those of you who don't know me, probably no one, I'm a general studies major. I'm interested in writing, history, and archaeology. I also love nature, my dogs at home, my guitar, and my faith. Not in that order, obviously. I also love working with people and have really enjoyed learning more about leadership through various positions in the past, serving as a youth leader in Ottawa and currently here at St. Joachim and Anne, working as a camp canoe instructor for several years and teaching judo classes to young children. So it's been a great experience so far, and I hope to continue that in the future. Studying here has been eye-opening. I'm loving learning more about theology. I have been able to personally deepen my spiritual life, and I have met so many amazing people. It's so great to see everyone here tonight. One of the most prominent aspects of our college is its welcoming atmosphere. I mean, this building is literally a former house, but this college isn't homey just because of that. The people here and the culture we create as a community are what makes this humble building so inviting and so dear to the hearts of all who enter it. From my first day here, attending a Wednesday social, the students immediately welcomed me in and showed personal interest in who I am. And this kind of charity isn't something you encounter every day. I noticed this especially among the older students and the CPCSA leadership, who often reach out to check on younger students and who are always ready to help. This attitude of service and care for the community is at the core of Catholic Pacific, and it is something I will continue to foster as next year's CPCSA president. One of my goals is to deepen connections between the upper and lower year students, particularly by welcoming first years. A way that I intend to implement this kind of involvement is through mentorship. I appreciate having older friends who I can go to with anything, and I think this is important for all first years. Second year or upper year students will have the opportunity to take on this role, to bring their valuable experience to a new student as their big sibling, which would involve meeting regularly, being present with advice and encouragement, and leading in group events at CPC. This structure of mentorship is to emphasize the family feel of the college and to support new students as they begin their university journey. Another way I intend to increase engagement is by providing the option for student representation. Students can bring ideas, suggestions, or concerns to CPCSA and become involved in student life by representing their classmates on a more official basis. This includes participation at Mass, volunteering for event setup, being present at college fundraisers in and around the area. I also want to increase CPC involvement in preview days to help out John by having a core team he can call upon for the CPC booth and tours of the building, if that becomes possible in the future. A quick word on student life. This year I've attended nearly every event at the college, so I've experienced firsthand the many benefits. As president, I will continue supporting our student-led clubs and activities, and you can be certain that I will be present at the college on a daily basis. I want to enliven the community here, so I have lots of cool ideas for our social events that can deepen connections here and with young people in the area. I'm also always open to new ideas and suggestions. Catholic Pacific College is committed to providing an intellectually rich education that is rooted in Catholic education and tradition. As students, it is our mission to embody our beliefs and live out our faith in tangible ways. Not long ago, a former CPCSA president emphasized partnership with TUSA in his campaign message. This stood out to me as a fundamental priority because on Trinity's campus I've met many students who are unaware of our college's existence. Many do not know who we are, and even if they did, they would not understand why we're here. As president, I'm interested in raising awareness of our Catholic faith and opening up opportunities to discuss differences with Trinity students. One way I want to do this is by hosting, on campus if possible, a Catholicism info night that includes an overview of Catholic tradition, a Q&A, and Catholic testimonials. Another avenue for Catholic education is our student paper, The Quill. Fostering Catholic culture through literature is just one example of how we can make a profound impact, so I will be supporting this endeavor in whatever way I can. Many of my Protestant friends have lots of questions, and in the past I would not have known the answers, but studying at this college equips me and all of us for that very purpose. We've been formed in our faith, we know what we believe, and the next step is to share that with others. As CPCSA president, I promise to, first and foremost, support all of you, the students. I promise to serve in whatever way I can to provide the community that you all want and need here at the college. In partnership with the incredible clubs at CPC, in cooperation with my fellow student leaders who already bring so much talent and dedication to their jobs, and in living out our Catholic formation, I know that we can make next year an unforgettable one. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Hannah Akolu, and I'm running to be your 2025-26 president of the CPC Student Association. Now, before I start with my vision for Catholic Pacific College, I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a second-year business major specializing in accounting. I have been Catholic all my life and feel blessed to have CPC as the Catholic community to turn to during my time at Trinity and hopefully beyond. I have served the university in a number of ways so far. In my first year, I served as student ambassador. During this, my second year, I have served as Trinity Commons assistant for the collegiate program, vice president of events for the Student Business Association, and as an executive of the Pro-Life Club, both while it was just a CPC specific club and during the ratification process and beyond. My entire goal for my business degree is to take care of money for Catholics on a budget. What better way to do that during my degree than to serve this college by helping us raise money and using it in a way that will bless us all year and beyond. My vision for CPC is founded on 4 pillars: faith, unity, accessibility, and advocacy. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. All right. So, faith. The most beautiful thing about this community is the environment of faith that it provides. For me, in a university where most people are Protestant or not, I feel that CPC has been like a safe haven, a place to turn to, a place where I can just appease my heart, reconnect with Christ the way I need to. This has been home. It is the core of CPC, and I love it so much. The people, the Mass, the retreats, the faith-based events, I hope to continue, of course, all of these traditions naturally, and will definitely be naming the next retreat Do or Die. I also look forward to creating more opportunities for the students to bond over faith and fun, bringing in more people from Trinity Western to Mass. Of course, a strong faith community thrives when its members are connected. This is why my second pillar is unity. I want to strengthen the CPC community and foster an environment of bonding and unity for the coming students to our beautiful community. Ways I hope to do this are: 1, a carpool/shuttle system. I've heard since I got here that so many Catholics, including ones at CPC, struggle to find a way to get to Mass. Which church, what time, how am I going to get there, who has room in their car? This is a constant problem that I keep hearing of all the time. I hope to solve this in 2 possible ways. One is by enhancing our current carpool system, by organizing it with signups, availability slots, options for which church, what time, and making sure that that information is not only regularly updated, but readily available to all of us, especially the incoming students who are going to feel very lost when they're first finding their church, especially the international students. It's very necessary. Another way I hope to achieve this is by working together with the president of TUSA. For those of you who don't know, the president of TUSA is organizing a shuttle system with nearby churches. And so I've spoken to him about this, and I hope to work with him to organize a shuttle system and work with pastors, ideally with Father Donnelly, and get shuttles at certain times reliably from CPC to Mass. No Catholic's going to have an excuse to miss Mass. Guarantee it. My hope is this can bless the Catholic community and the entire campus in doing so, and hopefully draw more people to CPC as Catholics that don't come here learn about our shuttle system. Then they get drawn to us for a million other reasons. Another way for unity, something I love to do and especially enjoyed doing last year, is helping new students as they arrived. I loved helping show them around if they were not from around here, helping them get their initial shopping done. The international students, I've helped people get their phone plans set up, get their bank chosen, give them rides to places. It's one of my passions. I love it. And I want CPC to be able to serve our new students in this way also. I want to come up with a system that arranges for all the initial needs of both international and domestic new CPC students to be met. Everything from finding the bank, to finding the supermarket, to most importantly, finding the church. In organizing a way for current CPC students to bless the freshly incoming ones, a special day one bond is formed as we practice Catholic hospitality and allow them to feel a better sense of desire and belonging for the current CPC community. I also want to put big efforts in uniting the new CPC students with the current ones in all sorts of ways. I think engagement and unity is a focus that is extremely crucial for the coming year, and I'm excited to find more ways to achieve this goal. My third pillar is accessibility. I hope to make the path to CPC behind the cars, that very dark, narrow, intimidating little path that in the snow is a nightmare and in the rain is a hazard, especially for the women in heels. I hope to make it more accessible. I will do this by raising money in ways that I will soon describe for a better pathway. And my goal is to install pathway lighting, ideally solar energy, make it sustainable, and to make the walk back from CPC 3 talks or any other late night events a little bit safer. And I also hope that if there's any additional funding left towards this accessibility fund, I hope to use it for fencing, because I know that, especially when there's like all the construction workers around and whatnot, having the trees that lead into the forbidden forest over there not fenced off can be a little bit intimidating to some people. And so I just want to make the pathway at night to be the most safe, accessible experience for people. And yes, so my fourth pillar and my final pillar is advocacy. There we go. I believe that CPC deserves a voice in TUSA, and I am here to make that happen. I hope to accomplish this by getting TUSA to agree to welcoming a CPC representative into their meetings, information, events. I also will work with the Vice President, TUSA Vice President of Student Relations and Trinity Western Student Life to find a way to get us to Rock Ridge Canyon for Slow Week. This will keep us in the loop, provide maximized leadership training, and by doing all this, I hope that CPC can get the recognition that we deserve. Now, here's where the business major side comes in. You must be wondering, well, that's all well and good. How am I going to make this happen? Okay, yay, went in order for once. Okay. Okay, so this is where my accounting specialization comes into good use. This summer, I am going to be working on fundraising and lobbying the TUSA executives, of course, and emailing any and all members of student life necessary and possible. They won't hear the end of me until we get what we deserve. I have experienced fundraising for years now, and I hope to find various flexible and creative ways that students can participate, so that even those who have left the Lower Mainland for the summer can help, can do what they can from wherever they are, even if that's a camping trip. So yes, there's the usual donuts fundraiser at churches, which I love. I also hope to find a less woke version of GoFundMe, because I would not like our assets to get frozen, but I will find, if there's no better option and you guys are okay with it, we can try GoFundMe, but I'm going to find online platform to fundraise as well. I also hope to organize activities over the summer that permit us all to bond together while raising money. So like walk for a cause, cycle for a cause. We walk together, sweat together, we earn together. Anything that might move a person to donate. Furthermore, thanks to my experience at the Student Business Association, I have experience working with sponsorship packages. We were able to get firms to pay us $200 each to speak at an event. And I think that a model like that can be applicable to Catholic Pacific College. I think that people can pay us for any variety of reasons. I can come up with so many ways to get people to ask us to be here. So yeah, I believe that I can increase sponsorship sourced resources for this beautiful college. Additionally, I know the Quill is always looking for material. I am going to commit to a regular column of the Quill. So all in all, I hope that you can see that I have such a deep passion for this college and its improvement. I have vision, I have excitement, I have the ideas and the means. I'm asking for your support. Please vote for me to see a better CPC. Thank you.
Thank you again to both Hannah and Pippa. We have two incredible candidates this year in the race. Really excited to see what the results will be. Just some quick information on voting. It will open tomorrow morning, and voting will be open from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The ballot box will be inside of Jenn's office. It will remain open until the Wednesday next week at the end of the day. So that gives you around 1 week to cast your votes. And just some quick information on the voting guidelines. You are able to vote if, naturally, you are currently enrolled in courses at either CPC or Trinity Western, and you are a regularly participating member in the CPC community, in academics, or student life. If anyone needs clarification on those guidelines, please feel free to ask myself, Caitlin, or John. And yes, we're doing a Q&A. Why don't we start with Pippa? If anyone has any questions for her or her plans for CPC, please feel free to ask.
Yes, Carmel?
What will the peer mentorship look like in your vision?
Okay, so it's subject to change, but I had kind of an idea that we could, like at the beginning of the year, like prior to the retreat for everyone, that we could have similar to Slow Week, but just kind of like a condensed version, like anyone who's interested in kind of taking on a leadership role at CPC, like in that capacity, would contact me and have like a sign up, and then we would meet, and then we would basically just talk about our vision for how we want to gather like student life and how we want to support the new students, and then I would assign each person. Actually, I would probably do this after the retreat, is assign each person kind of 1 or 2 people that they could be their mentor, and like as long as I want to make sure that they get along well and they have, you know, a good bond already formed at the retreat, and then from there it would just be like whatever I would kind of set them off to do their thing. So they would decide like, do we want to meet regularly? Do we want to get coffee? Or is it just like a, hey, like good to know you're there kind of relationship? So it was kind of up to them, but I would provide the groundwork for that. And then hopefully in the future to kind of continue this path of student leadership within the college. So yeah, that's my idea. Yes, Kate?
What kind of event ideas do you have?
Okay, a lot of cool ideas. And also, I was thinking like any ideas that people want to bring forward, like I'm always down for that as well. So, but a couple ones that I had, on a more practical sense, I had an idea for, well, a few ideas for fundraisers that we could do, like, but also kind of fun at the college. So I was thinking we could do like a coffee house, which is basically like everyone coming, we invite people from the surrounding community to come, and students would, if they're willing, present things that they had written or art that they had made or things like that. And it would be like a mini show, almost like a talent show, but a more like official version. And then we would kind of have like a small ticket price and just like maybe provide refreshments and just make it like a fun evening. But if we can bring some funding in as well at the same time, that's great. And then some more fun things. I really wanted to do karaoke night and like just dance night would be really fun. And then we could probably also get a group together, like to all together go to the Trinity swing dancing, because it's there, so we might as well go as a community. And then movie nights, I have a lot of fun movie night ideas, and outings. I want to do a lot more like outdoor things, hopefully, and maybe in partnership with the fitness club, make some things happen, like games days, things like that. And then obviously continue the ones that we have here that go so well, like the Holy Happy Hour, everything. I mean, we have to do that, so that would be awesome as well. Yeah, so those are a few of my ideas, but I have a lot.
I mean, I'm a bit of an outsider here, but are you familiar with the processes, and like, do you have an idea on how you would involve TUSA in the like your ideas and your plans to be more involved on campus? Do you know the pathways that you would take? Do you have contacts?
Yes, I think I do, because I do know quite a few people in student leadership, and I also have a student leadership position this coming year as an ambassador coordinator. So I have a lot of connections within the admissions side of things and the preview day side of things, and then being at Slow Week and getting to know the new TUSA people. I also know on a personal basis the student rep for Humanities and Social Sciences, and the like student relations, I forget the official name, but I know them. And so yeah, basically reaching out through them and being able to kind of advocate would be great. And yeah, so I think that's going to be my process. But yes, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Marcus?
I really like the idea of like some situation where Catholics and Protestants talk about things like the Catholic Infonet.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just wondering like what the details were of that. Like,
Mm-hmm. So yeah, a couple years ago they did this super cool thing, which was the profs having a theology discussion, and I would love to bring that back, but because we'll be down a prof, I was thinking about like how realistic that would be. And so I was thinking it would be more student-led, and we could also get people from the outside. Like I was thinking it'd be cool to bring in like a sister, or bring in like Father Lawrence or something like that, and someone who's in religious life to talk about it, and then someone who's like a lay person to talk about their experience in the faith, maybe a convert to explain their story, and just, yeah, kind of have like, also I would like to draw from a lot of because Catholic tradition has just shaped so much of like Western civilization, so kind of like just bringing that into it as well would be really cool, and just having a presentation about it. So I was hoping to do that on Trinity's campus if we can get the facility for that.
Hannah.
Sorry, I just came in. So forgive me if this question was asked already. But you seem to have a really thorough plan, which is like super great, and their dedication to making us not like some mysterious group on campus. Like that reminds us. I think that's right. It's really important. Just a practical question: how can we be assured that you won't be too spread thin in your efforts to make us present at TWU, but also like fostering the community here on like a micro level. So I guess it's like balancing the macro and the micro.
Well, a lot of the advocacy that I hope to be doing is, let's just say a lot of TUSA people are not going to have their summer off. So I'm going to do the advocacy and fundraising over the summer, and then so that I can make Catholic Pacific College my full priority for the duration of the school year. Oscar?
What would you hope or imagine to accomplish with some participation in TUSA's budget? What's kind of the dream there?
I am hoping that, especially with some merging of events and whatnot, I hope that they can give us some some funding for our events, and I hope that they can, pay our Rockridge Canyon fee as well. Marcus?
What is Rockridge Canyon?
Okay. So student leaders have a mandatory student leadership orientation week, where the first couple days, this is for the fall semester, first couple days are here on campus, and then we go to Princeton to a beautiful place called Rockridge Canyon. There's so much training, it's go, 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 but then there's also like absolute wonderful life, like the view, the leisure time with the canoeing and whatnot. They feed you great stuff, but they train you there. They train you, and you know what's going on in Trinity for the year. You know Trinity Western's expectations, you know how to handle those expectations. It's just a really strong way for student leaders to start the year.
So
Yes.
these are the TUSA leaders?
No, did I say TUSA? I meant Trinity Western. Student leaders, Trinity Western, and I think CPC should be part of that. I think that we deserve to be represented there. We are a huge component of this campus's life, and I think that we deserve that training, that being in the loop as much as the next person. Yes.
Sorry, I'll just make a comment on that. I feel really strongly about this connection because I don't know if you heard from before. My brother was a student leader at Rockridge, and anyway, something happened regarding like going to mass and everything, and it just reflected on how student life either intentionally or unintentionally views our legitimacy as a Catholic community. So. I mean, I can explain later, like after the question period. But yeah, I because of that reason and other reasons, I really do, agree that that's really important, especially to be, if you're part of Slow Week, you're kind of like taken seriously.
Exactly.
So, yeah, thank you, Hannah.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
I'm just wondering, as a business student, do you have any ideas to maybe try and bring a bit of a Catholic perspective into the business world? Like maybe try and do like, I don't know how far.
Yeah, so I'm so happy that you asked that question, because I forgot to mention this in the speech. We do this in SBA all the time. I want to bring in professionals, in our case, in different industries, but I want to bring Catholic professionals in various industries talking about how it is to be a Catholic in that industry, how it is the Catholic version of success in that industry, how to get there as a student, etc. All sorts of like, we recently had the financial sector night at SBA, and they talked about the process and how it works for them and how it works as being just as a Christian. But I think that I do believe that Catholics are called to, like, in some ways, a higher standard of living in certain ways. And I think that having Catholic professionals come in and talk about their career life would be very helpful for that. So that would include in the business world, Catholic people in the business world.